Thank you for that, Brian. Let's bring in managing partner of Levin and Associates, Duncan Levin. Duncan, thank you so much for being with us on this breaking news.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
all day long we've been hearing about this unexpected delay. Yesterday there was a full day of delays. Now we find out that the two sides have settled before opening statements, and we just heard Brian lay out there. The judge had said he wanted this to be clear, concise, keep things moving. So now there's this settlement. Is this rare, or is this something that does happen sometimes?
This happens almost every time. I would say north of 90% of cases, defamation cases in particular, never see a trial at all and settle out. And remember, a settlement is for everybody's benefit here. And while $787 million does sound like a lot of money, in their recent corporate disclosures, Fox said that they had north of $4.2 billion of cash and cash equivalent on hand. So they're getting something as well. And, this statement that they issued is a very watered down statement, and it's not exactly accepting responsibility for the election lies. It's acknowledging that the court found certain statements to be false. It's not saying we agree that they were false, and it's not apologizing in any way. So they're getting a lot of what they want out of this settlement also.
And Duncan, do you think we are going to see a formal apology? Because there was a lot of speculation for both sides on this, that may have been what was holding up this settlement from moving forward, weeks ago, potentially.
Yeah, I think absolutely not. We should not be expecting to see anything else. And the reason I know that is because of their statement that they issued at the time of the settlement. If they really wanted to apologize, that statement would read differently, and it would acknowledge their role in some of these falsehoods. What they're doing instead is hiding behind the court's decision. They're saying, well, we know the court found it to be false, and so there you go, we take responsibility. They're not going that extra step. And if they're not doing it now, they're not going to do it in the future.
And Duncan, this lawsuit certainly has been in the works, for months at this point. We're talking about the 2020 election. So what was happening? What negotiations were likely happening behind the scenes over the past 2 days specifically that now finally led up to this settlement? Because again, this could have been done weeks, if not months ago.
Well, I think it finally dawned on Fox what this trial was going to look like. And, representing people on the defense side, mostly, sometimes it takes to going up to trial for the reality of that situation to set in. You're sitting there and you now realize that these text messages are coming into evidence, and that the public is going to hear testimony, not only from Tucker Carlson and some of the other celebrities who appear on this channel, but they're also going to have to hear from some of the directors like Rupert Murdoch, and Rupert Murdoch saying to his lawyers, I have to go and testify. And so the reality is dawning on them. And so my guess is that this is something that came together in the last 24 hours, but wasn't a reality until a jury was sitting there sworn in and ready to go.
All right, so Duncan, there are still some more legal troubles potentially for Fox. I want to talk about that in a minute, but first, let's still focus on this case. The judge had, we just learned today, appointed this special master to investigate how Fox may have mishandled discovery. So what happens to that probe now? Is that just done? Does it just vanish?
That's a really great question, and I'm sure Fox's lawyers had that in mind as well, because if there's no active controversy going on, very arguably you can appeal to the next level of court and say that there's no active controversy and there's no standing and there's nothing going on, and so the special master does not take on a life of its own. Another area we saw a special master was in the some of the email review in the Trump investigation. The judge brought on retired Judge Raymond Dearie from the Eastern District of New York to serve as a special master. That went away also. So I think Fox's lawyers in this case are probably very keen to argue that the special master should now go away.
So yeah, we'll certainly see what happens with that. And because there are other court cases, they're facing a lawsuit, similar lawsuit right now from Smartmatic. So how can what happened today, this settlement, potentially impact that case?
I think it's going to embolden them to bring the case forward even more against Fox. And I think it's very likely that that case is going to settle as well for all of the same reasons that this case settled. They're not going to want to have a very similar trial with a different plaintiff. And so I'm sure that that's something that they were thinking about. What's curious is why they didn't settle both of the cases at the same time. And the only thing I can suspect is that they were so under the gun to settle this case with the jury panel that they just didn't have time to bring all those other lawyers to the table to get a global settlement. They probably just ran out of time, so they'll do it separately.
All right. Yeah, we will certainly see what happens. Duncan Levin, we certainly appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.